Alright, sorry about that. I'm pretty sure we can finish Unit 1 now. So, I was... Yeah, we just got through this stuff. Am I available? Okay. Carrying capacity is the number of organisms any... Okay, yeah, we did this. Do now... No. Okay. Symbiosis. This is what I was this kind of comes down to what I was talking about before with the sharks and the what is it? The fish that cleans the shark's teeth. Yeah. The shark is getting his teeth cleaned, and the fish is getting food, and we're gonna get to this in a second. But symbiosis is a close relationship between two different organisms. There are three different types of symbiosis, which we're going to learn about right now: mutualism, commensalism, and parasitism, or like parasites, mosquitoes, that type of stuff. So, mutualism is a benefit that is positive for both animals. Like termites for example, termites eat the wood in protozoa, in gut and digest the wood. So basically, termites eat wood, and the protozoa inside of the termites digest the wood for the termites. The protozoa is getting food, and the termites are able to digest the wood. Also, the acacia tree, the hollow thorns with sugar and stinging ants live in thorns and keep other insects away. Okay, so their thorns have sugar for the ants, and the stinging ants keep other insects away from the tree. And commensalism is where it's positive for one person, where it's positive for one, and does nothing for the other animal. So pilotfish and shark. When the shark eats, pieces of food are eaten by the pilotfish. Barnacles get a free ride, but don't help or harm the whale. Cape buffalo and egrets, which is a bird, egrets. As the buffalo grazes, it disturbs insects which the egrets eats. So, it disturbs insects which the egrets eats. So, none of these... So, one animal is benefiting, but the other animal, nothing happens to. It doesn't get harmed and it doesn't get helped. But there's still a connection between them. Now, parasitism is probably the worst, and these are really disgusting. So I want to get through this one quick. Tapeworms, fungus or athlete's foot, ticks and fleas. Basically, these all, as shown down here, one gets a positive effect, aka the parasite, and the other gets a negative effect. Usually the host or the person who is not, or organism that is not benefiting, does not usually die, but it might be harmed in some way. So, the tapeworm, for example, sucks nutrients in the gut of humans. So, this can happen in other animals too, but specifically humans. Tapeworms are parasites that go into you, not in a weird way, and they go in your gut, and they take nutrients out of your gut to live. So, it's very painful, so I hear. I've never had a tapeworm inside me, thank God. But, you might lose weight and lose nutrients. People actually do tapeworm diets. I don't know where and why you would do this, but good for you. And, ticks and fleas suck blood from dogs. Can humans get fleas? I'm pretty sure you can. And ticks too. Of course, humans can get ticks. Might cause discomfort and sometimes disease, such as Lyme disease. Also, the Lone Star tick, which is the tick with the white dot on its back, makes it so you can't, eat meat without an allergic reaction. You can't eat red meat. You can still eat chicken, fish, just no red meat like cow, anything like that. No, you can't never eat a burger in your life. Unless you go bulimic and throw it all up, which I doubt that would work anyway, because the nutrient, the thing that gives you the allergic reaction, would probably already be in you. But if you want to give it a shot, I guess. And energy flow and environmental cycles. energy flow through an organism. Wait, okay. So, solar energy is stored as food to power life processes, such as so cows graze off of grass. We eat the cows. We get some of the nutrients. It's all used up by organisms. Each step of the food chain has less available energy of use. So the plants have the most energy in them. Once the cow eats them, he gets a little less energy. Or she gets a little less energy, technically, because cows are female. And okay. And so when wait, what was that just okay. So when we eat the cow, we get less energy. And then say a shark ate someone who just ate a cow and the cow ate the grass, the shark would get even less energy, okay? Sharks don't eat people though. So, an energy pyramid, just as I explained, producers have the most energy. Primary consumers are the things that they're basically the herbivores. They consume the producers, herbivores / omnivores. Secondary consumers are carnivores, which eat the primary consumers and get even less energy. Decomposers decompose the secondary consumers, or the carnivores. The decomposers are technically carnivores, except they're getting even less energy due to the organism using it up. Like I know, okay. Cycles. Okay, so the water cycle. I want to do these cycles. I'm not going to do the hydrogen cycle though, because it is so easy. I mean, you know what? I'll do all of them. Whatever. So we'll start out with the water cycle. That's just the easiest one, and although others will come back to me, but there are some points that I don't remember. So the water cycle, or the hydraulic cycle, is where water gets transported and used around the world. So eventually, evaporation is the first event to happen. The heat causes water to become gaseous and evaporate into the air. Then, once it's high enough in the sky, it gets cooler, so the water expands. The water molecules expand into clouds. Then precipitation happens, where the water gets too heavy, where the clouds get too filled with water and it's really heavy, and then it starts raining. Then, once it's on a surface, it'll either create runoff, or if it's a flat surface, it might just be very muddy, like swamps and stuff like that. And then runoff, if it's on a hill, will bring it back to the water, and then accumulation is where it meets again. And then there's also like a different version of this where water transpiration from trees, it evaporates, and then it condensates, where it's from the trees instead of the ocean. Then, okay, cycles: carbon, oxygen, and hydrogen. Okay, so this basically, no, this is photosynthesis. This is not. Okay, so we're gonna go to the hydrogen cycle. So basically, how this works is, I'm gonna say this very, simply. Basically, the animal makes waste. Plants, take the decomposers take this, decompose it. Plants use this. Nitrogen in the atmosphere from the waste is circulated. Fertilizers are used from the waste. A bunch of other different things. Decomposers benefit, the animals benefit, and so do decomposers / bacteria benefit. So yeah, basically it takes the waste and nitrogen and recycles it throughout the environment. Alright, so for your home, no wait, no, we're not doing that. Okay. That's the global stability. Okay. Alright, we're gonna read direct harvesting, because I forgot what this is too. Direct harvesting is the destruction or removal of species from their habitat, which can, okay. So basically, this is just people overkilling animals and causing them to become endangered or extinct, aka exotic pets, killing for sport, or killing for tusks or pelts. Or just overkill for basically money or sport. Deforestation is the destruction of forests that causes widespread habitat destruction. So basically, this gets rid of the trees, and it gets rid of other animals due to them sometimes being killed while trees are falling and stuff. It reduces biodiversity, obviously, because it's killing off animals, and just becomes a desolate wasteland with just a bunch of trees, with just a bunch of dead trees. It really harms the environment, and people should not do it. Imported species, or new species, basically, new species brought to a place, example, rabbits brought to Australia can become pests if they disrupt food chains. They often have no natural enemy and can overpopulate and eliminate native. Okay, so basically, if stuff gets brought into different places where they're not supposed to be, like rabbits in Australia, they can overpopulate because they have no natural competitor there. They have no natural competitor in the area. So rabbits, basically, they'll start competing for food. Hold on. Okay, I have this. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Wait, what is this? Okay. This is so weird. Okay, so basically, rabbits overpopulate, start taking other organisms' food, and this can eliminate native species due to them with a lack of food. Some countries quarantine any new animals and plants brought into the country until sure they are free of pests. So I'm not really 100% sure what that means, but I believe it means that if you bring an animal into a country, they have to like quarantine it until they're sure that the animal doesn't have any or until they're sure the animal isn't a pest and can overpopulate, and you're trying to, bring different animals into the country for selfish reasons, or basically just making sure they don't have any dangerous pests on them that the animals in that region are not used to dealing with, and safer pest controls instead of chemicals that can pollute the environment. Chemical scents to attract insects, sterilizing male insects, releasing native predators, repel or attract with hormones, and genetically resistant to pests. The problem with releasing native predators is that if the native predator isn't in the ecosystem either, they could start overpopulating, and then that may not be good. So they might have to pick something right. Industrialization, machines that produce product. Okay, you know what this means, like thermal plants, large amounts of waste, pollution, air pollution, water pollution. This is very obvious stuff. Sulfur and nitrogen, acidic rain, I said in the last video that higher pH was more acidic. I lied. Forget I said that. Lower pH is very acidic. Lower pH is acidic. Higher pH is more base, where it's more of a base where it's less acidic. 1 pH is very acidic. Lower is acidic, and it can damage plants and animals. Smog, such as in China, there's a lot of smog in China, and it's because of China is basically, not saying this in a bad way, China is basically a giant factory that produces a lot of pollutants from the factory chimneys and stuff like that, and they can cause a gray haze. Global warming is CO2 getting trapped in the atmosphere and creating a greenhouse effect, which can melt polar ice caps. Ozone depletion is basically just caused by pollution like chlorofluorocarbons, which are you don't need to worry about that. You just need to know that they destroy the ozone. And use. Okay, guys, so that's basically topic 1. Running out of time. I have like 7 seconds left. But yeah, topic 2 tomorrow, 6 to 7. Yeah.